We got some good news. Good news. Rashida Jones stepping down as MSNBC's president on the eve of Trump's inauguration. Radical progressive leftists over here. About time, truthfully. She knows what's coming to her, so she's getting out of the fire before it can happen. Truthfully, I think her progressive rhetoric is damaging to everybody in the country. It's damaging. It's so detrimental to everybody that watches this show. I can't believe, or watches MSNBC. I can't believe it's gone on for so long, but finally people are waking up, and I'm glad she resigned. Truthfully, I mean, she's working with Joy Reid, another imbecile. Really consistent. Where I seen this at. She's excited about what we've done. Excited about what's come next. I'm not. I'm happy. I'm happy you're gone. Let's see what Joy Reid has to say about. Look at this.
The arrogance of the colonizer spirit.
Arrogance of the colonizer spirit. There you go with those buzzwords. Hey, I can't wait for Joy Reid to get off. I can't even listen to this lady, man.
Of course, none of these people have bothered to thank our neighbors in Mexico and Canada for sending firefighters to face the flames.
Okay, first thing. One, we shouldn't need Mexico and Canada to solve our own issues that our own governors caused. And even if it was just a natural disaster, like they're saying, we should be able to handle it ourselves. We shouldn't be banking on our neighbors. And yes, I'm thankful for them that came. But there's what, 30, 40, 50, 60 times more firefighters from our own country that are helping these fires. And yes, thankful for these people that are coming over. But this shouldn't be a main talking point. I mean, this should have already been handled. We should have never got to this issue, not got to this point.
Flames and planes to brave the hurricane-force Santa Ana winds to drop water on the blazes. And God forbid, they acknowledge that whatever the initial cause of the fires, they were exacerbated by climate change, which has led to rising temperatures, longer fire seasons, and heightened drought conditions.
It could be climate change, but Mr. Gavin Newsom could have did something instead of just doing nothing. And then, oh my God, thoughts and prayers, we need help. Yes, of course we need help now when you have someone like that running the state.
Although, you know who does acknowledge climate change? The insurance companies that have been canceling policies in California due to the risk of climate change. And the people losing the most in Los Angeles County aren't the rich, faded celebrities like Mr. Woods who can afford to rebuild and to move into one of their other homes while they wait. It's the middle-class homeowners in places like
I agree. It's very sad, truthfully.
Altadena, where an historic and stable black neighborhood has been all but wiped off the map and ignored by much of the press, while the vulture capitalists are already circling, hoping to snap up the burned up properties for pennies on the dollar so they can hedge fund them into yet another batch of billionaire-owned overpriced rentals.
You don't think there's a coincidence that Los Angeles, probably one of the biggest democratic places in America, would have the highest rent, have the highest cost of living, have the highest cost of everything? You ever use that thought process, ma'am?
Worst part, other than the fires themselves, has been the lies. Though if there is one thing the billionaire right is, they are consistent. They want California, America's biggest state economy, because if they can take California and retrofit it with their ugly right-wing policies, the way they've ruined Florida and Texas and
ruined Florida. Florida's the best state in the whole country. Hey, Florida's the best state we have.
And
Texas.
state.
I think Texas is one and Florida's two, or Florida's one, Texas two. It's beautiful down here.
Where poverty rates are high and education is warped and non-white immigrants, pregnant women, victimized girls, and LGBTQ folks live in fear, then the fight.
Hey, I can't with this lady, man. It's like she uses all the buzzwords. LGBTQ, colonizer. She sounds like a damn idiot. That's what she sounds like. Oh man, I can't. It's hard for me to.
For permanent control of America is basically over. They can drill and frack California till the fires this past week pale in comparison. They can rip out all the forests and hand over the land to developers, Florida style. They can drive out the brown people and the black and Asian people, or just sink them into the same apartheid they've created in Texas. And they will control enough electoral votes, if they control California, to never have to worry about another presidential election. The billionaire.
I mean, I pray to God, man, that happens. I pray that we never have to worry about a Democrat winning another election. You know, I pray till we see that day, truthfully.
Right knows that they cannot take California.
What about the 2.5 million immigrants we let in the country that we're trying to get so they can vote and vote Democrat? Illegals, mind you. What about those? Miss Joy Reid.
Home to Hollywood, San Francisco, and Kendrick Lamar by culture. So they're looking to try to take it with lies and deceit and by fire.
Yeah. Hey,
right?
It's amazing how you can go on television and just spew lies, spew buzzwords, and people get up in arms about everything, man. It's just, I'm glad people are waking up, because now it's like Trump won the popular vote for a reason. No more of this idiocy going on. Like, look at this lady's about to say. I don't even know her name. Rachel. She's complaining about Trump selling merchandise or something like that. Let's see what she got to say. Can't be as bad as what Joy Reid was talking about.
The presidential transition period. Transition where the president-elect, right, throughout the presidential transition period, has continued to sell his junk, right, his self-branded watches and.
Okay, a businessman selling watches, selling shoes. What do you think he's gonna do? What he's gonna stop what he was doing before?
And sneakers.
Trump 47.
And Bibles. He put out a new Inauguration Day edition of his special branded Bible. He's still selling boots. Now he's selling.
Uh-oh. Them boots fresh, though. They got the little American flag on it. I mean, why is this such a big issue? I don't understand. But we're sending millions of dollars to Israel with our tax money. But we're getting mad that Trump wants to sell his shoes. I don't. You know, I really have a hard time, understanding.
Trump boots and his new crypto, whatever it is, and his commemorative coins and his
He's a businessman. What do you expect?
Commemorative guitars. He's selling this stuff while he is the president-elect.
And what's wrong with that? Tell me, Miss Rachel Maddow, or whatever your name is.
Nothing like that has ever happened before. Nothing that classless and tacky has ever happened to the U.S. presidency before.
Besides selling his merchandise, what is he doing wrong? Please enlighten me.
This is the transition where he said at a press conference that it might have been Hezbollah that did the January 6th attack. Really, Hezbollah did it. He also said at that same press conference that he's going to pardon the people who did the January 6th.
Some people do deserve to get pardoned. Some people deserve to stay in. I think some people were jailed wrong. Some people weren't. And it's not an insurrection, what they like to say.
6th attack. Well, I'm sure Hezbollah will be delighted. This is the transition where he made unprovoked threats to seize territory from 3 other nations. 3 other nations with whom we are allied. And that is, of course, inexplicable to those countries. It's inexplicable to most Americans. But it's also equally very exciting to the dictators of Russia and China, who actually have been either seizing territory from other countries or planning to. And now, whether or not Trump actually follows through on these weird threats, those 2 dictators will have Trump's words during the transition to throw back at the United States of America if the U.S. ever again bothers to object to big countries like theirs stomping on small countries and seizing their land. Right? Welcome back to the 19th century. Sorry, no, there's no penicillin.
All right, guys.
Man, what an imbecile.
Pete
They
Hegseth.
always say stolen land and ooh. Oh, man. Man, long story short, I'm glad these people are resigning. I'm glad people are waking up. We're looking at a good pace, man. Good pace. 4 years from now, I think it's going to be even better. Let's keep pushing, guys.